Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of real royalty. Well, this is not royal today. How dare you use my spells against me, Potter? This is Wall Street right now. So today we're going to talk about GameStop and AMC and what happened there. Basically, there's several stocks. AMC, GameStop, BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond. Definitely those four. There's five, definitely, but there's four. So AMC is a movie theater. Okay, GameStop. So GameStop, they sell physical games. So the hedge funds looked at this and they said, this is a dying industry. You can get everything online and nobody goes into these game stores anymore. Okay, so they're just shorting it. AMC, all the movie theaters are closed. They're getting zero business. Okay, also hotels are all closed. I'm surprised that's not on there. BlackBerry, nobody uses Blackberries anymore. I used to have a Blackberry issued to me by my work in government, and everybody was doing Blackberries in government, and that was just standard issue. You carried a Blackberry on you, and anybody above certain grade level. And Bed Bath & Beyond. I didn't know they were doing poorly, but apparently they are. So they're shorting the stock, and I actually used to do a lot of this. I spent about 10 years shorting stocks, and I preferred to short. There's many ways to do it. I used options. But anyway, basically to short a stock, you buy it at like 100, and then you wait, and you're assuming it is going down. You can either play a stock up, or you could play a stock down. And if you're playing it up, you buy. And if you're playing it down, which is shorting, you sell first and then buy it at a lower price, and then the difference is your gain. So officially, basically these guys on Reddit started saying, buy these 5 stocks. And so these stocks, instead of going down, they went up for no reason, against market principles. Okay, they got pumped up for artificially, and that's basically what that's called. That's boiler room tactics, and that's market manipulation. So market manipulation is illegal. Boiler room tactics are illegal. However, it's a matter of degree. All of the hedge fund guys, there's just a handful of them worldwide, they all talk to each other, and they're like, yeah, I'm going to short GameStop and AMC, and then they all start shorting GameStop and AMC, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So they're already doing this. Okay, and so what's happened is the little guy, through social media, has gone and done this and reversed what they were doing. And because it's not according to market principles, it's working against the huge hedge funds, the big money guys. So apparently the losses are calculated at $19 billion this week, because these 5 stocks went against. This stock platform, Robinhood, which is known for stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, this is the little guy stock trading platform. You can trade lots of pennies, very small amounts. They stopped trading on GameStop and AMC, because they were going the wrong way. And who's to say they're going the wrong way? And okay, so the big guys have really been hurt by this, the big money. So I think this is a new trend. This is something that's not going to go away. Obviously, this is very powerful. People are really connected by social media in these groups. So are we going to see a lot more of this, or will the establishment manage to crush it? Let's just look at that, because I was thinking of getting back into stocks, and that's something that I would need to pay attention to, is these Reddit, and I looked them up. And I am following it now. I'm paying attention to it now, and they're talking about currency. So like what's his name? Elon Musk added hashtag Bitcoin to his Twitter handle, And Bitcoin went up 20% in one day because Elon Musk added hashtag Bitcoin. So are we going to see a lot more of this, or are they going to manage to crush it? Are they going to manage to crush it? Ooh. Oh. Look at that. Officially, this is illegal, but all the big guys do it. They talk to each other. Okay, all the top hedge fund people and the top traders, they talk to each other. Of course they do. That's just common sense. Okay, and now the little guys are talking to each other through social media. So are they going to crush it, or is it going to flourish? 10 spades, 9 spades, they are committed, and 2 clubs, they are committing to crushing it. 19, 21, 6 hearts, they are going to crush the people. Crush it. They're going to obliterate it by any means. Behind the foundation of the market, 4 diamonds is a great money card. Man, honest man, these are just honest people. These aren't like, they're not market manipulators. They're just small investors trying to make a few dollars, and there's nothing wrong with that. So in the outcome, ruler and tower, very official, but secretly, the woman, the environment is going to change radically. So the environment is going to change radically. So they are going to crush it, but you can't keep it down. It's just going to crop up here, crop up there. It's going to keep cropping up all kinds of places, and they're not able to crush it. So that's good news for the little guy. Social media has changed the stock market game. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, and what they're afraid of is because I don't know why they didn't go with the market sentiment. Okay, because you can just as easily go with the market sentiment. Okay, because GameStop was a dying company. Okay, they analyzed, and AMC. AMC is easier to look at. Okay, AMC, no one is going to the movie theaters. Okay, and there's several movie theaters just close by me. They're all completely shut down. You know, Regal 21 theaters, AMC 17 theaters. No one's going because of the Wu flu. Okay, so it's very obvious that that's a dying industry, plus the hotels, okay, and the airlines. The hotels and the airlines, obvious, really, really obvious. So are we going to see a huge sell-off in the markets within 6 months because of this unexpected upset? Are we going to see a huge sell-off in the markets? Because that's what the government and the big money is afraid of. Are we going to see a huge sell-off in the next 6 months? Because we have several. People are saying the market is very overinflated. Sun can be like an explosion committed. Sun, mustard seed. New. So 4, ace of spades, ace, ace, ace. New situation. This is a new situation. So on the surface, it just says it's a new situation. Okay, and these are not dire cards unless this is an explosion. I don't think it is. These are fairly positive. Cross is permanent. It's a forever card. Okay, 7 circle, recycle forever. We have another 7. The long way forward, it keeps going just as it always has. But scapegoat and hand in hand, there are outsiders changing the market. So the little guy is now having a lot more power in the market. That's a good thing. The little guy is having a lot more power in the markets. Interesting. 14, 24 plus 14, 34, 38. So 40's 10 spades, 10 clubs. So overall, We're not going to have a huge market crash in the next 6 months. Not for this reason. Things are going to go on the way they always have. But now we have a new player in the game, and that's the small stock investor. Well, that's great. That's great. Okay, the little guy has a bit more power, and that's how it's being touted in the media. Okay, we have Bill Gates now is the largest owner of farmland in the United States. He now owns 250,000 acres. That's an odd fit. Okay, Bill Gates, we all know Bill Gates started Microsoft. He's a computer guy. Why is he buying farmland? Is he expecting what is going on? Is he planning something evil, or is he planning something evil? Like by controlling all the farmland, he's gonna raise the price of beef. Okay, raise the price of meat. Let's look at that, because that's something he could do, because he's now the largest owner of farmland in the United States. Is Bill Gates planning to raise the price of meat? Is he planning something evil? Earth is a great farmland card. Mother Earth. What is he planning to do with this? Okay, Earth, all the people, 29, 8 hearts. Water into wine, transforming. Okay, so that's a transforming card. We have 2 8s. So he's controlling major structural assets. Okay, like Trump didn't want. He wouldn't let he prohibited the Chinese from selling us things for our electrical network, because that is so important. If the electrical goes out, everything is based on electrical and petroleum at this point. Okay, so that's very important. So he precluded that. So Biden reversed that, which is so weird. What a stupid thing to do. But that's controlling. You want to make sure that foreign hostile powers don't control critical infrastructure. Farmlands and food production, nothing is more critical than food. Okay, so all the people in the earth and communicating. Mercury. Mercury is a trickster, and he's very fast. So he now has his finger on the button. In a blink, he's now controlling, and he has transformed this space, the food space. I think the government should step in and make him divest. I think the government should step in and force him to divest, because that's another monopoly. All of these social media companies should be attacked by the government with anti-monopoly practices, and Bill Gates should be attacked with forced to divest of half of this farmland by the anti-monopoly practices people, which is the Labor Department. The agency that I worked for, we did a little of that anti-monopoly stuff, but then I think in '94 it was over. They stopped doing that. What do we have up here? We have Fox, Home, and Trinity. Cleverly manipulating the people. 12 and 7, 19-5 clubs. He's just put himself in a very, very powerful position, and his finger is on like the red button, the nuclear. He now has the nuclear codes. He hasn't decided what he's going to do with it, but he realizes how incredibly powerful this is. And as a nation, we should be concerned. No one person, this is not an elected official. We should be very concerned that he owns all this farmland now. That's very concerning. Okay, so 40%, almost, 40%, 4 out of every $10 now in circulation has been printed in the last 12 months. That generally leads to hyperinflation. Now, the contrary argument to that is there's sort of a depression going on because of the Wu flu. Everybody's out of work, so nobody's producing anything, and so they're giving all this money away. That's why they printed so much money. Okay, so there's low supply because nobody is working. A lot of people are out of work, and there's high demand, so that drives prices up. So the counterbalance to printing all this money is the fact that nobody's working. Are we going to see hyperinflation in the next 3 years? Okay, because the German economy crashed from hyperinflation, the Japanese economy crashed from hyperinflation, the Argentinian economy crashed from hyperinflation, the Italian economy had hyperinflation. I mean, just go over there and get some lira, man. 2,000 lira is $1. 2,000 lira is $1. If that's not hyperinflation, I don't know what is. Okay, so are we going to see hyperinflation because they're printing all this money like idiots? This is your government, folks. Because there is no free anything. Either you pay now, okay, for all that money, or you pay later. So are we going to pay now? That's what I'm asking, like in the next 3 years. The inheritance. Nothing is more solid than the inheritance. The inheritance and the cross are the most solid cards. Snake, problems underlying the very solid foundation. 22, 23, 6 clubs. A cut and problems. Cut is straight razor is like a pain. Okay, so they are making problems for the foundation. The foundation is still very solid, but there's more underlying problems and both problems cards. Okay, so, but we have 10 diamonds and 6 clubs. So I'm not seeing hyperinflation here. I'm seeing a problem. Okay, they're creating a problem. And if you go to Times Square, I used to spend a lot of time in New York City and Times Square because of my work. They had a national debt ticker. It would be interesting to go there and see the national debt ticker because on a moment-by-moment basis, a second-by-second basis, they would tick the national debt up or down. And it was always up as long as I was going there. What's underneath? Yes, coffin and lovers. Okay, coffin is dead bodies in the box, a hidden problem. 13, 15, so 4 clubs. 4's here and a 10 here. So 4's are foundation, 10 is completion and inheritance. So this is a critical problem underlying in the close relationship. That's how that reads. So big problems are in the future. I don't see hyperinflation now, but in the future, we're going to have big problems. It's just like, okay, someone who, and I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but someone with COPD or someone who is grossly overweight, like 400 pounds, or someone with, some kind of a breathing problem, or someone who is very, very overweight, or someone, I'm not sure what other health problems, but Wu flu comes along, that little bump, and I got it, and I was over it in 3 days. Okay, I had the dry cough for 3 weeks, but I was over it in 3 days. If someone with a major health problem gets it, and it will kill them. That's what is being set up here. That's what's being set up here. Okay, they're creating all this money, and it's just lying there like a snake in the grass and dead bodies in the coffin. It's just lying there waiting for the first bump in the road, and there will be a bump, and everything's going to go kablooey. Okay, just like it did in 2008 when we had the housing crash. Everything went kablooey. The entire economies of the entire world almost crashed, and they bailed out the banks for $900 billion or something, almost $1 trillion. Crazy. And that's when it's really going to nail us. Okay, so if we go into a big war, if there's more lockdowns, I don't know. Things come in 3s, 5s, 6s. Okay, the Wu flu, a war and this and that and this and that, and then all the accumulation of those problems, now it takes root and it really creates a problem. So let's look at this. Let's review. Are they going to crush it, or will the establishment crush it? Man, they are really trying to crush it. But these are just honest people trying to make a buck, and they're not able to. Praise the Lord, they're not able to. They're not able to kill it. The markets have changed. Okay, and the little guy now suddenly has a lot more power in the markets. Okay, will we see a huge sell-off in the next 6 months, which is what they're concerned about? No, everything just goes on the way it has, but now that there's all the little people are now exerting influence from the outside. There's a new player in the game, and that's important. It's changed the markets. It's really changed the markets. Why is Bill Gates, what is he doing with all this farmland? Is he planning to raise the beef? Raise the price of beef because of his vegetarian leanings BS. And I actually eat a lot of meat, and I was vegetarian for a while. It made me sick and fat. So I had to change that, and now I'm very, very, very healthy. So he just realizes how powerful it is, and he's going to now that he's got it, he's going to decide what he's going to do with it. He doesn't have any nefarious plans. He just realizes what a powerful position he's in, and now he has his finger on the button. And I'm frankly very concerned. I think we should anti-monopolize him. So 40% of the money supply has been printed in just the last 12 months since the history of the United States. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. Big problems in the future. We're not going to see hyperinflation now. I'm sure these Fed guys and gals, whoever they are, I don't know their names, they did analyses of it, and they talked about it, and they had meetings in the White House, and they decided that the risk of hyperinflation at this point in our history is low for some of the reasons that I stated. So, interesting. So the world is a-changing, folks. The world is a-changing. We live in interesting times. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle in paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and